cricket. It's an odd game. So what are the odds of this happening?
Out. Lily is gone. Caught. Well, we've had it. Lily caught Willie, bowled Dilly for the first time of the season.
Lily caught Willie, bowled Dilly. That's silly.
And there's a scoreline which we had all hoped for this season, but I wouldn't know if Dennis Lilly would hope for it. Lily facing Dilly and steering the catch to Willie.
It's the type of sentence to make every school kid on earth secretly laugh into their lunchbox.
First bowl today for Gian Mubrak. No easy task either. Oh, is that a freak? It is a freak. It's a freak end for Andrew Symonds. You just got to have a giggle.
Watch Andrew Symonds tell Michael Clark it's his shout.
Clipped it pretty firmly in the air.
Hang on. If the ball came off both bats before being caught, then why aren't the two of them out?
And there's the nod from the umpire that I'm sorry, mate, you're on your way.
Here's Mark Taylor in the slips doing the hokey pokey.
It's out, I think. It's out. Yes, he's got it finally. Taylor hangs on to one. Up and down she went. That's the end of Carl Hooper. Beautiful delivery from Bevan.
You put your right hand in, you stick your left leg out, you catch at third attempt, and the batsman's given out.
Can you believe that? That is brilliant. He didn't panic in the slightest, but just flicked it back with his toe.
That's pretty well done.
Wait a minute. Is this cricket or kick it?
Well, who messed that up? I reckon that was Mark Wall. What a great take by Kiamani.
How much does that grandstand love a handstand?
The old cartwheel. And have a look at this. I like it.
Hughes bowls now to Amarnath.
Oh, and that must have been very close to stumps. He's knocked the bails off.
Or has he used his hands? There seems to me the bails are still on there. It may be that he's outhandled.
You know, the
ball.
same plan by Maradona won Argentina a FIFA World Cup. But India's Amarnath loses his wicket.
He walked, didn't wait for a decision. We'll watch that again. It's pushed down, it's going back towards the stumps. And yes, he handles the ball. Jimmy Amarnath out handling the ball, and he gives himself out. Years of experience, off he walks. A very disappointed man, but a very sporting one.
So this session is a vital one for the Australians as Phil Simmons has dropped one down on his stumps. Very close to rolling back onto the stumps. He was waving his foot around trying to fend it off.
It doesn't look like, well, we can see here if it did actually make contact. Oh, it just run down the length of the stumps and failed to remove the bails. Well, you can't be any luckier than that.
That is the first foot fault I've seen outside of a tennis court. Luckily, he got away with it.
So Phil Simmons, as we'll see here from stump vision, a very lucky man not to get the back heeler onto the stumps as well.
In the air, short of border.
Watch here as we see the curator decide on the umpire's behalf that it's time to stop play.
The curator, in fact, is running on the ground. He's coming out before the umpires. I haven't seen this before. The actual curator is leading the groundsman on. Well, he must think it's go. I've never seen that in all the years I've been playing cricket, where the curators come out and saying to the umpires, if we don't get them down now, we won't get them down. The umpires are looking at each other. Well, that's a first. Well, it's turned black now and the storm has hit the Gabba. People going everywhere. The curator, he was right on the ball. He's got the covers down. He's trying very hard to get them down. It's pelting down here at the Gabba.
I should add that no cricketers were harmed in the filming of this footage.
20, and down he goes.
But there was a groundsman who's never been seen again.
Umpire Prue has called for a suspension in play. A sensible decision by the
Don't be fooled. Australia is a great destination for sun seekers.
And you can bet that the ground staff want to get off there as quick as they can, because if you...
Perhaps even a round of golf. Dean Jones should be bringing out the 3-wood, not 3 helmets.
Players sending out some helmets for the ground staff. Dean Jones just doing his job as the 12th man, giving the boys some protection out there.
On this day in Brisbane, Mother Nature provided the drinks break.
It was fierce stuff, I can tell you. The storm that swept through Brisbane, concentrating itself on Wollongabba and on the cricket ground.
Water, anyone?
Lightning was arcing in the stands here. It was quite sensational, but not very pleasant. And the rain, it just threw it down.
You've heard of the Indian Ocean? Well, that's the Australian one. However, when the weather is good, it's always a great idea to hang out the washing.
Well, I think obviously with the Victor Trumpet stand, it would have been expensive to build that. Obviously ran out of money right at the end.
Now this is odd.
Dear, oh dear, that looks painful. Is it a Cheezel or a burger ring? Doesn't matter, but it's having a problem. I think it's stuck.
Lucky it's got a hole in it. Wouldn't be able to breathe.
How many times has your mother told you, don't chew with your mouth open?
Well, that's over the top. There's the man down there. This won't be dropped. David Hooks is underneath it. He's out. Both of them out. Caught by David Hooks. Down on the deep extra cover boundary. Both of them trying to repeat the shot played by Randall.
Now, I'm not saying England's Ian Botham or Eddie Hemmings were getting a bit porky because, well, somebody else beat me to it.
Well, there he is. He's got the Australian flag on.
This all-rounder had roast beef, and this spin bowler had none, and this little piggy, oh,
Trying to get hold of...
he's been put to sleep by the policeman.
I tell you what, he doesn't really want to know. Looks a bit nervous too, the policeman down there. Trying to get a few people off the ground who've gathered around to watch this.
It's like the lay if you have an invader on the field.
Geez, I've heard of a tail ender, but this is ridiculous.
There's been plenty happening. It is marvellous what you can do with computers and electronics these days. And you don't see too many suicide rats around.
Cricket has had its fair share of lighter moments, but here is a heavy one. Australian fast bowler Merv Hughes. Here, Merv shows us how to stay flexible, keep in shape, and court members of the opposite sex.
Playing up to the crowd down there.
We could all take a leaf out of Merv's book, and there'd still be plenty left to read.